Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Alright, it's time for a new arena run. Haven't quite made it through all the different classes yet since the Grand Tournament expansion came out. So I can play Druid.
You were right to awaken.
Yeah, stupid warriors. Yeah. What do we have? Oh yeah. He is a weird card. She's pretty good, but he's fantastic. 5/4 for 4, and as long as he's out, your hero power does 3 attack. That's awesome. Very, very good. This row, more very, very mediocre, I think. I guess I'll take the flesh-eating ghoul. Might get lucky with him, who knows. So I could take the Darnassus Aspirant, who is like a solid early play, and if she doesn't die right away, you can have an extra mana on the following turn, which is pretty awesome. Or the Keeper of the Grove, who is removal. The thing is, being the arena, having that extra removal, like the ability to silence or possibly blow something up, really valuable, but he's like not as cost efficient, that's for sure. I'm going to take her because she's new. That's going to be the logic. But I should probably have taken the other guy. Not useful. I guess I'm going to take the Swamp Ooze. Hate you. Not ideal. Harvest Golem. 5/6 for 5 is like not too shabby. She comes out, she's usually pretty annoying. Okay, interesting. So we get a big taunt who doesn't do anything other than taunt really hard. Or these two guys are pretty good. I think we're going to go with the Abusive Sergeant. He still helps me kill things. That is what he does. He helps me kill things. Yeah. Oh, this row is all kind of meh. Guess I'll take the Silverhand Knight. I don't know. He and Dragonling Mechanic are pretty similar quality. You're not good anymore now that you don't get hit points, so you. Ugh, so bad. I don't know if I'm going to have the kind of fast cards that really reward the questing adventure, but in the arena he can work out to be pretty decent. Even if you can play him and then drop 2 cards somehow, which is maybe asking a lot, but that's a 4/4 for 3 then. Who's a really high threat target, because they have to kill him so he doesn't keep growing. Demolisher is also okay at smashing things, and it counts as a mech, which is potentially useful. I have 1. So far 1 mech. I don't know. I'm going to take the adventure, you never know. Innervate's super good for giving you an advantage that your opponent often can't recover from. As much as I don't like the fact that you can draw them late in the game and they're dead cards, it generally more than makes up for that with the possibility of just crushing your opponent. But Savage Roar is also like a late game, win the game card. It's kind of the opposite. I think I gotta make sure I have a Roar. I don't have that much big stuff to really innervate out. Although innervating out like a 5-cost guy is still pretty strong if you do it really fast. Don't like you. Don't like you. I guess we'll take the frog. You can fight. Druid of the Saber is pretty interesting. Because she's either a Bluegill Murloc or a 3/2 stealth. You totally have the choice. Either way, she counts as a beast, and we'll take her. Volcanic Wraith is okay, but it's kind of fragile if you don't have a plan for getting it out cheaper. Out of these guys, I'd say Annoyatron. I do need to get some bigger things, though. That's not exactly what I had in mind. So far, my set's pretty inexpensive. He is big and fat. You know what? I'm going to take him. Why not? Mech Warper, I have 1 other mech. I think the Owl will probably be more valuable. Being able to silence things is good. So this guy at 4/4 for 4, if you have a bunch of beasts, he's awesome. How many beasts am I going to have, though? I mean, I've got the Druid of the Saber, the Ironbeak Owl, and Savage guy here. I don't have that many beasts. I mean, I do have half my deck to try and get more. And still 4/4 for 4 is not horrible. It's not good, but it's got some potential. Let's take her. Why not? Him or her, I can't even tell. Lowly Squire? I think I'm going to take the Lowly Squire. I think that might work out okay with my stuff. It also doesn't hurt to have some more cheap cards to try and go with the Questing Adventurer, as long as they're actually good cheap cards on their own. This is... what a crap row. I don't want any of these cards. Like, I actually... These cards will just clog up my deck. He's, like, fragile, and unless you combo him with buffs, he's not going to do anything. Healing Touch is just... stally sort of card. I don't have big fat minions to be healing with it. I guess Soul of the Forest, but it is such a fluky, messy piece of, like, combo-y, sort of not helpful in general purposes stuff. So you can get a 4-3 for 3 with a useless hoser ability. It's going to hose nothing 99% of the time. Like, even if they're playing demons, this is unlikely to be a relevant ability in most cases. Take the Cheese Mystic. I've already got a Swamp Ooze. I've paired up, so I have hosers for everything that I will, like, not draw at the right times. I guess I'll take her. So cheap. Living Roots is kind of awesome. We're going to take that. It's very flexible. 2 damage or 2 1/1s. I like that. I need more fat stuff, I think, more than anything else, so I'm going to take the Pit Fighter. It's fairly fat. Mookless Champion. Is my deck rushy enough to take advantage of Mookless Champion? Comes out late game. Just if I have a couple things alive, and I get him later in the game, that's pretty good. The Bone Guard Lieutenant is also pretty good for the actual rushing part. I don't have, like, a super amount of rush stuff right now. Or, you know what, I should probably just take the Wrath so I have more removal. I want to have lots of ways to blow things up. He is a beast for my Wild Walker. Let's just take the Mookless Champion. Why not? It's interesting. I don't think you're actually very... Like, you often just sit in my hand like you're not going to gain me much position by playing you. My decks are not going to be controlling enough to really use that. I guess that means she's better than him since I don't have weapons. Blech. Mechanical Yeti definitely fights, but Druid Saber is more rush and more removal. What do I really want to go for? Is Mechanical Yeti just going to slow down my deck? He's not really big. The thing is, I need some things that are actually big. He doesn't really fit that bill, so I'm going to take the Druid of the Saber and just hope I get a choice of some large minions. You are not a large minion. You don't count. You just don't do enough attack for your... Murloc. I need fat minions so much. I would take either of these guys. I would take this guy in a second, frankly. He's awesome. But Swipe. I don't have any swipes yet. Swipe is, like, the best card. So I have a Living Roots, a Wrath, 2 Druids of the Saber, silence something with the Owl, Savage Roar. I can't not take the Swipe, even though the Raider would potentially be awesome. Frost Elemental is not what I had in mind when I wanted a big minion. Should I go more rushy? I mean, she goes well with the Roar, potentially, if that ever worked out, which it might not. Frost Elemental is not that big for 6 mana. Like, for 4 mana, you can get a 4-5. There's a 5-5 for 6. Freezing something is really good, but short term. I'm going to take the Regent, which is more interesting, but... Okay! So, the Aspirant is out of the running just because what I need is fatness. The Savage Combatants are really strong. They're not super big, but again, is a 6-6 really that gigantic? I don't know. The thing about him is, he's a 6-6 who's going to cost 1 less for every beast I have played in the entire game. I do have several beasts now. Those are saplings, so they're not beasts. And they might not count anyway because you're not summoning them. I don't know. But 2 Druids of the Saber, like their shapeshift, they become a beast. So it's 3, 4, yeah, 5. I don't really have that many beasts. This is just going to be a 6-6. Like, I should almost take it anyway, because if I get, it's going to be usually a 6-6 for 6. You got to figure on average. That's not so brilliant, though. I think I'm better off taking the Savage Combatant. I can maybe heal things more, but this deck can't go into long term. It's going to lose eventually if it's stalemated, if the other deck is more control-y. So I really have to get in like a mid-game rush down, sort of beat down win. It has a decent amount of removal. I got no big minions to back it up. Like, never did any really... I don't think anything actually big ever came up, bigger than the 6/6. The Venture Code guys. And I did pass up one.
Light shall bring victory.
I must protect the world.
Wow, of course I got the slowest hand in the world. I'll pitch all of these and hope I get cheaper stuff. Yeah, it's cheaper stuff. Right, you
Job's
again.
done.
Oh, with the dragon. Damn it. If it was a no dragon whelp, wouldn't be so bad. I put this out, it'll just get killed. But what else am I going to do? Put this out, it'll just lose its bubble, and then I still won't have a way to take that down so much. I guess I'll just put out this stupid Puddle Stomper. I don't know if this deck is fast enough to get the board control that I need to win with my medium-sized, like, death machines. Of course, if this guy has, like, anything to buff its hit points at all, then I'm in trouble.
I wonder.
For a little while, I got a big punch.
He's gonna definitely kill this if he's got that sitting around. Yeah. Wild Blocker. Not helping right now. Excuse me. Run. Yay. Okay, it takes 1 damage now. Are you gonna kill this somehow? Am I gonna have to take 4 damage to claw this stupid thing? And spend that valuable mana on turn 4 when I could actually be playing stuff? Or is this gonna survive to kill that? Because that would be awesome. You'd probably just heal this. That doesn't seem like a great use of your time. But in this case, it would actually work out okay. You're going to coin and heal it. You bum. Yeah, if this thing stays around, it's going to be a threat. Well, at least I've got something else to play now, because I'm going to have to take the damage and Kung Fu that thing.
Drag no stupid!
At least I've got a stupid frog. Like, yeah, I could have played one of these two. Like, I could have played him and bounced Mr. Annoying there and, like, you know, being able to recast him later with his bubble. But this guy would get taken out by the Microbot. Which is pretty poor.
Is paramount. Leave me alone.
More dragon combos going on. It's not good. It's not the time for you, that's for sure. I think having this stuff is going to get killed more easily, though. I think maybe I'm going to try and put him out. It's going to screw me totally. If he doesn't die, I won't be able to play anything next turn. Plus, if he does die, he gets Shadow Word Death. Does that really help me too much? This can't be Shadow Word Death. I think that's what I'm going to go with, even though it's most bitches going to get stomped.
Ready, sir.
Job's done.
Gives me a bunch of stuff on the board. Hopefully I can establish a position. If my opponent has a Holy Nova, it's going to go poorly, though. Go like, bam, bam, Holy Nova. Oh, it'd be a horrible situation for me. Okay, you're going to kill that, then you're going to kill the 2/2 with him. Okay. Do you have a play, or is your deck really slow and control-y?
Shush!
Okay. Still looking fairly averagey with dragons. But, Druid Saber, I think will just die, mostly. I have the greatest options. I could Kung Fu that guy for 2 mana. I can't play Mukla and then do that. Too expensive.
I wonder.
I could Suicide her to take that out, or I could just play her Stealth and have her be a little bit bigger. Which would potentially mean that she'd be around for me to play Mukla and give her a bonus, if this guy survived, which he won't. Man.
What to do?
Could kill that, bounce him with this, because I could replay him later and get the guy again. It would get his hit points back too.
Time waits for no one.
And then play her. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do.
To battle!
It's not great.
I'll put it on your head.
Another night on the prowl.
Well, we know it would still be bad, but we don't think my opponent had one in his hand anyway, because he could have obliterated my forces last turn and come out way ahead. I'm not sure I like that, because all the things you could steal from my hand are decent sized, and you could cast any one of them right now. Hopefully you got this guy, because he's really strong. Still got another dragon in your hand. Awesome. So at least this guy can kill that. So if I play this and activate Mukla, this will be a 4/3. Doesn't do great against this stuff. This will be a 6/5. So it could actually kill the Yeti and survive. It'll get annihilated by something else. I think that's not bad, though. I think I'm going to try it with the Mukla play. Banana. Yeah, if I kill this guy's going to be at 2 hit points. He's still easily killed by these things, so I might as well
Another
take out the Yeti.
round?
Yeah, I almost could have gone offense, but I think I'd end up worse off. Maybe this guy should go offense. No, if one could just heal through it, though, this makes it harder for them to control killing all my stuff the way they probably want to. I mean, definitely Bubble, kill this guy. But then you also want to kill Mukla. Well, Mukla's champion, it's not Mukla. It's a much more strategic giant gorilla. Okay. So far, predictable is predictable. Now, are you going to heal her out of Kung Fu range, or what?
Mind if I roll need?
Probably.
You gotta be kidding me!
Oh, you got that thing. That's not good. I needed that to do stuff. So this is a beast. It's a 4/1 right now. It'd be a 4/4 if I Wild Walker it. That would take half my mana, though, and then I wouldn't be able to cast one of these other guys. I could cast this, and get the healing on it. It'd be a 4/3. That's not big enough to take that out, though.
What to do?
Damn. If I just do this and Kung Fu, I can Kung Fu this. This can kill that. And then this will mostly just stomp me. I don't know what else to do, though.
For another time.
For the wild. Time waits for no one.
Just continue ineffectively fighting for army control. Which is probably not a winning battle, because my opponent might actually have some late game cards, and I sure don't. Plus, that just regains the card advantage. So now, matters are worse. I do have a lot of things that could do 2 damage. 4 damage is harder. I would pretty much have to draw the swipe.
The damned stand ready.
Awesome. Swipe. Not a swipe. It's not even going to come out good. No. Okay, so what I got to do None of these are beasts, so I play her, I'm going to not get the bonus now. Awesome. He's going to get healed back up to 6. So if I don't actually have him to deal with it, it's not going to work out well.
What to do?
Okay.
Take a walk on the wild side.
You gotta be kidding me!
This is not going to work out, this game. If my opponent wasn't a priest, I might be able to get some of the advantage of like the healing stuff, but... They got ahead of me a little bit, and that's all it takes. I don't think this deck has enough recovery mechanics. Although I have a bunch of removal that could totally help.
I must
It's a
consider.
little late for it now, I think. As good as a swipe would be. I don't really have any card draw. So yeah, I'm not going to like regain the advantage anytime soon. Ah. Opponent has now a definitive card advantage. Awesome.
Quickly.
That's so bad for me, because I don't have a way to make this guy win. I need to draw something that can do 2 damage. I have 3 or 4 cards that could do 2 damage. Boy, is that an expensive way to go about it. I'm going to take a beating, but it's going to be worth it. So I'm going to play this guy.
Unleash the beast.
Expensive. Now I have enough attack from this
For the
to
wild.
finish that. Then I kill this guy, his buff goes nowhere. And suddenly, for at least a short time, I actually have the army advantage, even though I've given up a lot of hit points to do it. Suspect this will turn bad really fast. My opponent has a lot of cards, and of course we have max mana now. So what you thinking? You have at least a card that targets an enemy minion. You are having a difficult time deciding. You should just surrender. That's what you should do.
Quickly.
Take all the time in the rules. You can make that perfect decision after you've run out of timer. Draw a card. Don't have much time to absorb and use the new card.
Right.
Silver hand and heal yourself and get a guy. Okay. That did not obliterate my army, so that's good. If I draw the swipe now, I might be back in this. No, of course not. Flesh-eating Ghoul. He's super expensive because of this guy. He is actually causing me trouble. So I can play any one of these guys and do a 3-point Kung Fu, which is pretty good. If I traded him to kill that, then I would actually be able to cast more guys, but then that's losing the ability to do 7 damage to my opponent. Whereas I could try and keep him out and actually lose everything else. Might not be so bad. I think I'm going to go more in that direction. Maybe craziness. I'm going to trade this guy to kill that. I'm going to just get army
For the
control like
wild.
this. I'm not going to play these too expensive. I can get better stuff. And do I want her or him? He's going to give me more raw stats on the board. I think it's fine.
Attend me.
I can work with that, potentially with the ghoul or something. I don't know.
My mount's very,
Ooh,
very
would have won a bunch. You're probably going to win that because I don't have anything expensive. Nope. You did not win it. So you actually just got a 1-2 for your card. It's not the 1 mana. It's just like that was your card. Your card is a 1-2 which does nothing. Boo! You can efficiently kill him. Much prefer if you'd inefficiently killed him. Having him dead is not all bad. obviously. Look at my hand. It's like it's castable. But my opponent has 8 mana and 4 cards to do something to put the balance back in his favor. And I, of course, have to maintain army control because I just don't have the hit points now.
Quickly.
I want my opponent to play something with 4 hit points, and then I want to draw my swipe. If I'm not going to draw my swipe, then the opponent's welcome to do basically nothing. That would be okay. Not going to slip something in before the timer? I kind of expect you to, I don't know, play. Like, that's kind of weird. Soul of the Forest. That is so random, I think we're going to go with that. That is so random. Is your card going off after your turn has ended? Because I'm pretty sure it's not. Because I could play him, Soul of the Forest. That would be 2 cards, so he'd be a 4/4. These guys would get stuff when they die. Yeah, let's do that.
Give me
Means
a
I'm not
quest.
kung fuing this guy, but it'll be okay. It'll protect me against AoEs. Although I'm actually going to kill this guy, just to make it a little safer and go my duel. Because I get back at 2/2 now, right?
To battle.
So one of my guys dies.
Time waits for no one.
They're giving me a 2/2. So my opponent's really set on this card now, that after they, like, had 8 mana they didn't spend. If they wipe my forces now, I should at least have something left. In the form of a bunch of stupid 2/2s. So I'm wondering if he has like a light bomb and he was stalling, like he didn't want to play it until he got the light bomb, so he didn't want to play stuff that would die, so he could light bomb my army when it got a little bit bigger. Hopefully this is more than he counted on, because if he light bombs it now, well, I'll miss him. It's unfortunate you gained that life, but not the end of the world. Ghoul's still growing. You got to kill him somehow. That might have done that partially so he could Shadow Word Death. Now that he's got 5 attack. Healing yourself.
Are you mocking
And
me?
Wormrest guy. And you still have a dragon in your hand, don't you? No, you didn't. You finally played whatever your last dragon was. Right, it was the Azure Drake. That's why. So there's Wrath. That would have been useful at some points earlier. I think at this point I need to just be smashing more, mostly. Although, if I use this guy... Like, I could use one of these, kill that. That gets him up to 6 attack. If I killed that, he'd be at 7 attack, but then I'm losing out on the 4 damage he would have dealt right now. I might do that anyway.
Battle.
So it will work out poorly if my opponent has like a light bomb or something crazy like that. But at least
Time waits for no one.
she has more defense-oriented stats, so she would technically survive the light bomb if nothing else happens. And I would still get 2 saplings. So I think it was worth a try to try and get the overwhelming force that I need. I have no idea what my opponent has in his hand. That
You
is,
have bested me.
what, that turn when you had 8 mana, you couldn't do anything? Like, what are those cards? I don't know. I'll take the win, but that was... If my opponent had a better deck or knew what they were doing more, or whatever the minor problem they had there, like, certainly they were in a position where they should have been beating me, I think. And I'm worried that this deck just doesn't have enough ways to recover from that most of the time. But we'll see if I'm right, or see if I can repeat this sort of feat next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonet Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.